Tangentbandits.com. And also a green tea scrub. It's all organic. It's made with like real green tea leaves, matcha tea powder, aloe vera juice, all the good stuff.
I've used it myself and it does work.
Yeah. I compliment her on a regular basis, like, what's going on with
all
this
the time.
skin? No foundation, no foundation.
All the time.
That's just you?
That's just me.
That's just you.
And a little bit of Duafe.
What got you started?
Honestly, making oils. That was like always, like I mix my own oils for like my hair, even my skin and stuff, like coconut oil and vitamin E. And ooh, let me see what this do. Let me put some jojoba oil in there and see what this do. So it really started with that, and that's what I probably like making the most, because I make my oils with like real flowers and stuff in them, and it's like, it's cool. I just like it. I think that's where it comes from. Like, oh, my skin about to be popping.
Yeah. And it gives off a good natural scent. Like, it's not strong, but it smells good.
Yeah.
So it was just playing with it for yourself, and you decided, hey, let me start.
Yeah, let me get everybody else's skin together.
Get involved.
Yeah.
Are you shipping locally?
Yes.
Or
worldwide.
Ooh.
Okay.
Worldwide.
Worldwide
Shop
shipping.
Duafe Essentials. DuafeEssentials.com. We got everything.
Wherever you are, we'll get it to you.
Basically.
Holla.
That's awesome. So you just got your website up, right?
Yes, I will be adding new products daily.
Okay.
There's a few things up there now. Most of the things that I sell often are up there now, so I'll still be adding new stuff for everybody to try. So I'm excited.
How long have you been doing it?
Well, I've been working on it probably about a year and a half.
Okay.
Just like baby steps, getting it legal, my vendor's license.
Yes.
All the steps. So.
How long have you been mixing for yourself? That's what I meant.
I would say probably like the past 3 or 4 years.
All right.
Yeah, just since I started wearing my hair natural.
Okay.
I got locks now. They just hidden under here. But when I started wearing my poofs and stuff, I'm like, I gotta figure out something to do with this mess. I can't just, So that's when I started mixing oils and my shea butter, whipping that up, and just.
And for everybody who's scared out there to try a product, it's all organic, right?
It's all organic, and it's reasonably priced. So, yeah, just check it out. And if anybody has any concerns, like with your skin, I will gladly counsel you through it. You got dry skin, got oil skin. I can help you out. So,
Best products for you.
What if you could give advice to anybody that's looking to start their own business? What advice would you give them?
I would say pace yourself. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, like, you got a great idea, you want to jump into it, you want to run, and I think you should always take that zeal and place it properly. Go at what you want to do, but also pace yourself, because it's not gonna come overnight. It's not something that's just, ooh, I want to make this, so I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and I'm gonna have $1 million by the end of the year.
Right.
No, it's gonna take time, and it's gonna take work, and that's hours. You don't think about it, but when you're sitting there and you're researching what you need, and if you want to be a corporation, if you want to have a partnership, if this is sole proprietorship, like, that takes time, sitting there researching all that stuff. So take the time, but do your thing.
Well, thank you. Did you have any other questions for Avriel?
I did until you asked me, and then that just threw me all over. We'll circle back around to it. We have our all session, so if something comes to mind, I'm sure I'll put it out there. Or maybe it'll come up in conversation.
It is a conversation.
It is. So this week for cosign, because we got to highlight those things in the news that we agree with, those things that we want to big up, the things we want to talk about more.
Yes.
So Nike has put out Colin Kaepernick as their face of their new brand. Well, not the face of their new campaign.
Yes.
So believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything.
Have you seen the commercial?
I did.
I like how they included not only just him, but other athletes as well.
The young skateboarder. It was cool.
It was a nice range. I'm excited. We don't want to get negative.
No, it's fine.
We don't want to get negative.
Be the devil's advocate, because I have concerns as well. So the look on your face means you got mixed feelings.
I don't necessarily have mixed feelings.
You feel like they capitalizing on a moment,
but
Yeah.
Isn't that what a dang on business would do?
Right.
Can I be mad at that?
No. But at the
No.
same time, it's like,
You would kind of expect it. They know exactly
know
what
what
they
they're
get
doing.
out of it. And no major company, even if they're being socially responsible, they don't just do things out of the kindness of their heart.
they're being marketing responsible, PR responsible. Because we know Nike still have their own issues overseas.
And they knew they were going to get some type of backlash, but I think that for them, they're thinking that it's worth it in the long run.
Let's say it this way. I co-sign it because at least they're willing to acknowledge that they know who their fan base is, and they're willing to ride out with those people in spite of what everything else may be going on. But a lot of people said, Nike, this is good for all business people to look at it like
That's
introspectively what's actually going on. They understand that their customers of the last 30 years aren't going to be around for the next 30 years. So what they need to do is solicit an audience that will rock with them for the next 30 years. And who they are marketing to now is those of us who faithfully buy those $150 pair of shoes every month. And it was like, for all of you guys who buy your Nikes at Kohl's and JCPenney's, it ain't about y'all right now.
It's for the people at Villa.
Right. With the freshest, the newest.
Right.
In all the colors.
They've been standing behind black athletes, though.
They really have.
They have. That's kind of their thing.
You really can't say they haven't, actually.
I mean, I could see if they were like,
Serena
this was the
Williams,
first person,
LeBron, and he speaks out more than anybody. So if they've been riding with him,
I'm not surprised, and I guess it is for multiple things, just because of we see who they've promoted in the past, but then in the grand scheme of things, from like the mind of a business owner, there's some money, and everybody talking about Nike right now. Either people going out and they buying more, and the ones that ain't with it, they just burning it. But they already paid for it, so
the amount of marketing revenue they would have had to spend, and marketing expenses they would have had to spend to get this much publicity is like $64 million.
That's crazy.
So like, and now you got people doing the mannequin challenge in Foot Lockers, holding the Nikes up. So like, don't nobody do it. Don't nobody make it viral better than the melanated, okay? It's going to go viral if you support us. It's going viral
on social media.
So I'm just like,
I do think it's funny
very crafty,
it's
guys.
Good. I think it's funny that people are burning their shoes, though. Did you see the guy burn the shoes off his feet?
They going to regret that. And he burnt his toes. I'm like, bruh.
You so smart, you stupid. Like,
so mad.
Smart dummies.
That you done hurt yourself.
I'm making a stance.
And they going to figure out real soon that them cross trainers that they be walking around the store in that they've been wearing for 10 years,
Converses,
they need those. they need that support on their feet. They're like, you know what, I think I'm gonna have to go buy me some Nike. My feet ain't been hurting like this.
Is New Balance Nike?
Nah, no, I don't think so. I think it is actually. Is it? New Balance is Nike.
So I know Converse is. And this lady made a status.
It's a whole bunch of people owned it underneath them.
Oh my gosh, I'll wear I like my Chucks instead.
It's like,
boo boo.
Well, actually,
unless you getting them, I don't know, Payless, they do have their own brand of Chucks. So they could go there and get some.
Skechers, this is your time.
Skechers, they on the come up.
You know what? I learned this from my business class. Actually, that Skechers used to be a premium footwear brand that they like specialized in making shoes for running, like
they
for the comfort.
Have.
Well, don't nobody care though.
I'm just saying they got the push-up ones, they got the ones for running, they got the ones that make your booty poke out further. If that's really that they work, I don't know if they work, but they do. They have a lot. Skechers, they got a lot of shoes, especially.
And if you look how much they spend, I know we're supposed to be talking about Nike, but if you look at how much they spend on what
marketing,
is it?
No.
Product
Production?
development.
Yeah.
Like making sure it's like technically and they test it and stuff. They spend a lot of money making sure them shoes work good. And sometimes I do want to fit some Nikes. I'm like, dang, these boys are tight. But they down with us, and I'll be wearing them for fashion, not for function anyway. So
a lot of people wear Nikes for fashion and not for function.
Mine's is for function.
Yours is for function?
But most of mine is like Roshis, Hirachis,
right.
like the comfort.
So you're picking
Give me
those.
that cushion.
The fellas making all of the videos and stuff, they wear it for fashion.
Yeah.
Everything Nike.
In my head, I'm like, okay, I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket, though. Don't create no monopolies out here. Then they start acting crazy 10 years down the line.
It's probably gonna come up anyway.
And it's honestly like we ain't got no choice but to like ignore half of this stuff anyways. Because if we decided to not go with every brand that has something to say about black people, we wouldn't be wearing nothing.
We'd just be buying from each other, which I would be okay with.
You would. But that's true.
You know what I'm saying? The only
true.
thing is these large companies, they have so much backing them, so much money, so much marketing content. Whereas if somebody is like at the corner, or the guy around the corner is like making shoes, who's really going to go to his house and buy some shoes?
Who can make shoes? I think
people can make shoes.
They have.
I done seen a shoe made out of a tire.
All these
on Facebook.
industries have really monopolized the skill. Like, look at how many people used to be in agriculture, but ask somebody to grow a real garden these days, and they're gonna have a hard time. If you ask somebody like to build, it used to be like
it's possible though.
Regular people coming up with inventions. When was the last time somebody regular came out with a new invention? Like, they really have cornered the market on like specialty skills, and I think that's the reason. That's
like what skills? I don't know.
Like even sewing a dress together. It's not too many people who can really put you one together that look like it came off the rack.
Does it? But that's the thing. We should probably get away from getting stuff off the rack.
I know, but
we can't go back to develop the people with the skills
first. That's what I'm saying. Like we really have to go. That's a big.
Well, those are trades that are kind of dead, though.
If I was ever going to start a nonprofit, it would be for like agriculture. I would want to teach regular people how to learn how to grow their own food.
You know, you could do that now.
I know.
You should do that.
You could.
I think that's important. Like, I want a garden. I'm not to that point.
I could have a garden, but I don't think I have the patience, and I don't even know exactly where to start.
I wouldn't even want to grow it in the garden. I would want to grow it in one of those, the pods containers.
Oh.
You can buy one of those and, like, set up the lighting and everything, and you can grow, like, a whole bunch of food within that contained space.
I think we have, what do they call them? I don't want to say city farm, because I don't think that's the right term. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, it'll be right in the middle of
downtown or something.
I think maybe it's called urban farming. Urban farming. Yeah, they have that. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know that there are some, like the Miles area.
I've seen one.
Their council, they push for that. There are places, but I don't think they have like as much backing. It is a good idea. It would be nice if we could have an urban farm that people would go to and shop
I like
from.
putting ideas out there, and these are the ones I don't mind people stealing.
Do it, please. Please go do it.
I don't think I'm gonna put the energy behind it. So you take that. That's yours.
That's an occupation coming up with ideas.
A nonprofit called Everybody Farms, Everybody Eats, and you have to come together with at least 2 or 3 homes on your street, and you all are going to grow different vegetables, and at the end of it, you're going to exchange vegetables amongst those 3 people, and then a portion of that they'll sell at one of the farming, and then the proceeds go back to the housing families.
That would be nice. But it's hard to get people on the same page these days because this is like the generation of
the whole
my agenda, what I'm gonna get out of it immediately.
The whole point was that you would get to trade you.
That might not be enough for
cooperative economics.
I know, but for the average person, it might not be enough. I think it's like, I mean, it is a good idea. But I think we would have to do something about the mentality of the people around.
You're going to have to do too much. All you got to do is put the seeds in the ground.
No.
It's in your backyard.
Right, but you got to have people that are committed to the idea and that believe in it. That's the point of
having the 3 families together because they'll hold each other accountable. If I'm only growing beans and you only growing lettuce and you only growing cabbage, I need to make sure that you going right by your garden because I don't want to just eat beans and you don't want to just eat lettuce. Right. So it's like.
I get it. No, I'm saying I get what you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I get what you're saying. It sounds like a good idea. It would be nice if people could if you could have like 3 different families coming together, working together, and working towards something. However, it's probably going to be very difficult to find 3 people that live by each other. That's like, okay, yeah, let's do the farm. Let's do an urban farm. Go out there on Cedar and. These 3 families, y'all want to sign up to do an urban farm? They're going to be like, and slam the door.
Well, I didn't want to go there because people are probably going to think I'm like elitist.
No.
With some of my ideas.
No,
I'm like,
that's the reality of the type of people we deal with. There were definitely
going to be some type of requirements as to who we were going to invest this type of time into.
Oh, keep talking. I just want to read what he says.
So I would probably make it like recent graduates or college students who live at home.
So you hitting on what El Dante just said. He said start small with the people in your circle. So do y'all want to do an urban farm?
I'm with it.
Jermaine? Okay.
I'm with it.
Okay, we're going to have our first meeting tomorrow.
I'm with it.
We can grow some of the oils for your products.
Yep. Extracting and everything.
Hold on then. Where does melanated millennials come in on this?
You can have people come down.
We doing it in your backyard.
Okay. And I got enough room in my backyard for sure.
You sure do.
I got all the space for the garden.
All right. We're supposed to be co-signing.
No, I'm just saying something to think about. That's it.
Yeah.
Co-sign.
Oh, no, I definitely knew it were going to be some hang-ups because they try urban gardens in these different neighborhoods. And
Let's start with the kids.
The little neighborhood kids is the reason why it don't work because they come picking, for real, they come picking the tomatoes, throwing them at each other and stuff. I'm like,
because they don't understand. They need to understand, and that's why I say it starts with them.
They don't understand ass whooping.
They got to grow up with an appreciation for it. They don't. A lot of these kids, they eating stuff out the microwave. Mothers don't make nothing fresh. They ain't seen no fresh vegetables. Everything, every last thing come out the can. It's just like it's exposure, and I think that will probably be something that you would want to have some kids incorporated in it, so that they understand the importance of it.
I've actually tried to take young students, like
high school though.
No, middle school. Almost leaving elementary to one of these urban farmers, and they don't want to be bothered, and you don't want to be bothered with nobody who don't want to be bothered. So
you can't give up on the kid.
I was like, you know what?
They got to take care of us, man.
Things to do.
That's true.
I think it's important to let people grow to the age that they understand how pertinent being involved is and how dangerous not being involved can be. And then
I was about to say, by the time they realize that, they be old, because I be dealing with people 2 times my age that still don't get it.
That is very much true. That is,
and I'll be like, dang, I wish somebody would have caught you early on and put you onto these things.
Well,
and now I'm teaching you today.
W.E.B. Du Bois said it only takes the talented 10th, so 10% of us will save the other 90%. So I can't be focused on the 90 that don't get it. I got to focus on the 10 that do.
So let's get the 10% of Cleveland.
The talented 10th of Cleveland?
Yes.
I don't know if we looking at all of Cleveland. I don't know if I make it to the 10. Actually, I might be down there with the 9.
You might be.
We got some Ivy Leaguers around this part right about now.
Well, let's get them involved.
They be embarrassing me. I said they done went to Harvard, and here I am.
Forget a title, okay?
It'll be all right.
Forget a title.
Moving right along.
Boy.
Speaking of black people doing well,
okay,
we have 2 African Americans looking to be the first in their states to be representatives. So we have Andrew Gillum of Florida looking to be the first black governor of Florida. He was just recently elected in these primaries. You don't know the meshagosh about Ron DeSantis, who said we don't want to monkey this election up? You haven't heard about that?
No.
We just making white people upset all over the places. is what this section is about.
Dude. Okay, go ahead.
And we have Ayanna Pressley in Massachusetts, who has won the primary for Democratic representative of Massachusetts, and she is unopposed unopposed because there is no Republican candidate. So it looks like she's just going to ride it straight on into there. So.
Congratulations.
We still
that's a big stride, though.
Have first blacks in 2018. It's so crazy when you hear, but you're so proud when you hear, like, okay.
Slavery wasn't that long ago, number one.
It really wasn't.
It wasn't that long ago.
It really wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
And something as traumatic as that, it's going to take a long time to get over it. But it is, it's like you do get excited, like, ooh, the first black.
You be thinking you made it so far, but then you be like,
at the same time, why are we just now saying it? And why do I have to say first? Like, you know what I'm saying? We can say we got another black one in there, then I'd be excited. But that's just the reality of the state of the world that we live in. We're celebrating first blacks.
And I think that the first blacks in politics is so powerful because as far as like government and like the whole way the system's set up, we need more black people in those positions. So even it just being the first, it's like, get some more in there. Yeah. Because the more it starts to actually look like us, you know, I feel like we'll see.
I was the first black. This is corny.
Let me find out.
I was the first black economics major to graduate from honors program.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was the first black.
See?
Mr.
I'm just playing. That is so common, so low.
Crazy.
Pow!
That's crazy.
I just thought it was cool.
Well, but I mean, I guess
somebody actually got to tell you those type of things, though. That you're the first black. You don't even be knowing when it be happening. You be like, am I really? Like, yeah.
Sometimes you be deep in it. You be like, I know I'm the first. I know I'm the only one. I be sitting in all of my classes while I'm at my university in my major, and I'm just the only black person through the whole process. Yeah, with my major being like healthcare administration, yes, and a lot of my class,
be a lot of black women in that.
It would be too. That's why I know all. And I'm just saying that's why I know all the black people that went to UT when I was there from 2009 to 2013. If I see them on the street, I would be like, "Hey, I know you." Even if I don't know their name, I know their face. And it's funny when I say it, but at the same time, when I think about it, like, dang, I should know all the black people.
Know all of them.
But because it's not that many. And they all run in groups anyway.
I'm sure there was a level of ostracizing that happened too that made you get to know the other black people, but whatever. You were talking about.
I was kicking it. I'll have fun.
We were talking about the nominees in politics. Did we leave it? Or are we done with that? That's cute.
Woohoo.
No, it's great. This makes my nerves bad though.
What do you mean? If you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
That too. It doesn't make my nerves bad as far as them winning. That makes my nerves feel good, but people have more reason to be upset and increasingly have more reasons. And our president is doing nothing but incite it. He's talking about if the Republicans lose the House, then there's going to be a race war. Everybody keeps bringing that word up. And I'm like,
because he wants it.
Do you people want this?
He's been promoting it since he started his campaign.
So ready. And it's like, oh, Nike. Even he was tweeting yesterday that the stock price is going to go down. It did, briefly, because you know who's in control of the stock market. So those of them who felt like they were going to stick it to the other man's, it's just took their money out, but we put our money right back in. And it went up 30% overall that day. It probably is up more now. So it's just like,
listen to our conversation. Enough. Like, we have to say that the president communicated something through Twitter.
Yeah.
That's laughable.
Yeah. You know what? Has he have like an open press conference like Obama used to have? He used to have like national dresses. I think
he has, but I don't think anybody's been tuning in.
Yeah.
Because I think he has.
Much like
I ain't
his
been tuning in.
inauguration.
Have you? Yeah.
No, he ain't been talking about nothing.
He on Twitter.
Yeah.
He on Twitter.
That's how he
day to day.
All his news. Another thing via Nike.
What's that?
I lost it. You keep because you.
Oh my gosh!
It be your reactions that be making me.
I was waiting for you to say it.
I'm so old and young at the same time. I be having anything to be going. Cause I don't like to write down everything.
No matter of time or what.
It wouldn't help the tangents.
Who was that?
Call you back.
Anywho, Gregory Owens of the Bill Cosby Show, working at Trader Joe's.
Oh,
it's fine.
Shout out to him though, because
no, it's perfectly fine.
Greater things are to come.
Because of the haters, trying to keep him down, he has been uplifted in the most high of highs. Okay,
okay.
He was brought back by one of the black elites. Okay, Tyler Perry and swooped him up under that wing, and you know once Tyler gets you, he put you in everything.
He threw that lifesaver out there, like
we got
catch
you.
it.
On the old Easter way, we got you type thing. And Nicki Minaj donated $25,000. So
I didn't know that part.
What people have meant for evil is yes.
Well, she didn't give me $25,000.
I don't know, man.
She be giving out money though. She give money out for college and stuff like that.
Her.
I need to.
I'm sure she got something you could probably plug into. She probably do. Maybe we should solicit her, like on some black woman investment. Entrepreneurship things. No, we just gonna hit her up like, you should invest into black women, and I'm sure she'll do it.
Yeah, she'll probably get back to us like next year. I'm sure she has a lot of letters out.
Yeah. Hit her up on the gram. I think
I'm
she be
DM
checking
them.
She probably do be checking her DMs.
I know she checked them DMs.
She be on Instagram way too much not to.
Yeah, she is. Maybe she give a shout out
on
Queen Radio.
Speaking of, I saw Wendy Williams back at the mic. I'm like, what are you doing?
Tired.
Is ratings low?
Tired.
I'm confused.
What is she doing on the mic?
She was promoting her show being back. It probably had a slow start up for this season. So she out here publicizing that she back. She missed all the drama. The Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Meek Mill thing. She was off season. I know she was pissed. I got to go back and look back to her like first on season and see what she was talking about. Like, damn it!
I can't. Every time her name comes up, I just picture her.
You can't stand
falling. No, she fell, and that's why I was like, never mind. I'm gonna say nothing about her falling.
Everybody talk about her
that's
falling.
That's the first thing
it's
that comes
fine.
to mind, though. As soon as you say Wendy Williams, I'm just like,
You ready to go into the
Get
sign?
well.
It seems like you ready for to be messy this week. Like you're not really on it.
I'm positive.
Well, you're going to have to carry this one because although I have listened to both of them, I haven't really listened to them like intricately.
Okay.
So this week in Sign,
Stop. It's negative.
Or shit in the news.
Oh. That's the remix.
Behold.
Oh, Lord.
The great white rapper Civil War.
Major beef going down between.
What's happening here?
If you've been living under a rock, I'm sure everybody knows about it.
Or if your hip hop station don't play white rappers.
Shoot, not even that. Everybody knows about it. I haven't ran into anybody, even at work, like that don't know
at
about
work?
the beef.
The old people?
I don't talk to everybody. I was like, y'all heard about that Eminem and MGK stuff? Yeah, man, I listened to it. They done heard about it. So basically, this started very recently with Eminem. He surprised everybody, surprised the whole world with the album called Kamikaze. In the album, he went into detail, and he mentioned quite a few of the, I guess, current artists, even some artists that aren't exactly rapping right now.
Yeah, he mentioned everybody.
Like Joe Budden.
He said Jay-Z, and he said Lil Wayne. And
he was real mad or whatever. But one thing that stood out was that he said something about Cleveland rapper Machine Gun Kelly. And I guess in the line, he kind of called him out. I don't have it word for word.
Yeah, see, I'm like, good for you if you about to quote it, but I'm like, I can't even quote it.
Yeah, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but he was calling him out.
So long,
and he did like wordplay.
He was talking about
with
everybody.
His name.
It was hard to keep up with.
Yeah, he did wordplay with his name or whatever, and I don't know. Somebody's gonna get him. I don't know, but anyway, I'll keep my daughter's name out your mouth or something like that.
That's the only part that I really
heard.
So
and MGK, he took that line and he just kind of ran with it.
Oh, he's been ready, okay?
He's been harassing Eminem via social media.
Oh, I haven't been on his Instagram.
His initial response before he released his diss record, he had took a video where he like popped some champagne, like somebody. He was like ah, and then in the background you can hear Eminem's line that he said about him or how he mentioned him in the song, and then after that came the diss record. Mm-hmm. Where he went into detail, and it was kind of funny.
Very revealing.
It was revealing and funny. What did you?
I think I need both of them to just talk.
Well, he did say
they rap kind of fast. They use a lot of innuendo, right. And I'm just like, look, I'm not trying to go through like a logic game to figure this whole thing out. Can you just tell me exactly what happened?
He said everything.
No.
That was
Machine
required.
Gun Kelly was very clear in his comeback. I don't understand what
Eminem said.
Yeah, I'm still quite confused.
Well, we can find an excerpt with the words.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the lyrics.
We'll look at that afterwards.
But,
yeah, I don't think it was like that.
He was really mad at the fact that he made a joke about Haley looking cute.
Technically, I guess maybe it was a joke, but
and she's good and grown now,
the
right?
tweet,
she's like in her mid-20s?
This was in 2012.
When she was 18
This was in 2012.
Okay.
And it just said that he just seen his daughter and she's hot, and I mean that in the most respectful way because Eminem is king. That's what he had said.
Yeah.
That's what the tweet was.
When I saw the tweet, I remember seeing it. No, I honestly remember seeing the tweet in 2012. I'm like, yeah. I don't know if Eminem the type that's gonna take. I know he's gonna take it the wrong way, but he's the type of person.
He did say he was king, and he said it was respectful.
He dishes it the wrong way, but of course he would take it the wrong way as well. Mm-hmm. I was just kind of, I don't know how that's gonna turn out for you, bruh.
You done made me forget where I was
I'm sorry.
in this line. Wait, okay. So yeah, anyway, it was in reference to the tweet, and then, but no, okay, I guess so. Basically, with MGK's diss. It was a little funny because of the jokes, like he was saying he's tired of his beard and him wearing sweatsuits, which it is kind of funny because Eminem does wear a lot of like two-piece sweatsuits. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah, no, I definitely did.
No, it's just funny because everybody knows that.
It's kind of just his style, though.
Yeah, and then no, but
like stop it! You give me a hard time.
That was some of the things that I thought were funny, but I thought it was very revealing that he went into detail that, dude, you started messing with me a while ago, and you stopped opportunities for me. You stopped me from being able to go to certain radio stations or certain outlets, and you told people in power not to push me, and you called Diddy on me. Like, you was throwing salt on me a long time ago, but I still, and you see, like, he still hadn't acted on it until he officially got that, like, direct in the music, and the diss record came out, and everybody's still waiting for Eminem to say something back. So it's a lot of social media it's funny as ever because these memes are hilarious. The memes are funny.
Have you seen their pictures next to each other? They really do look alike.
You think so?
Machine Gun Kelly and
Eminem.
So.
I think MGK's head is like longer.
It's longest
and more chiseled.
White
yeah,
people
but
look alike.
no. They both have blonde hair.
Man
and
has
blue.
more white friends than me, so he would know.
I actually wouldn't.
He would know.
I wouldn't be that type.
He's actually He's actually what we call non-traditional.
Yeah,
non-traditional black.
Yeah, I dabble in things of all cultures. I watch Game of Thrones as well as Real Housewives of Atlanta.
He's our non-traditional black. But they don't really look alike. I don't see it.
You got to see it side by side. I'll send it to you.
I've seen MGK a whole bunch of times.
Side by side. Okay, well.
And I know what Eminem looks like. I grew up
I forgot.
with him on the TV.
You have familial connection, so of course you wouldn't be able to see
Ariel?
No, Eminem got a butt chin. He got a butt
He
chin.
He does have a booty chin.
That is what he
What's
does
the proper
have.
term for that? Anybody know? No.
Is it a
cleft chin?
No,
No, not a
cleft
cleft
chin
chin.
is when it's
Cleft is-
out.
Okay.
That's a cleft lip.
Can somebody tell me what it is?
I think it's like a chin
butt
dimple.
Chin. I don't know about chin dimple. I'm gonna just go with a booty chin.
Okay.
Booty chin sounds about right.
All right. But no, actually, I was thinking about G-Eazy.
I felt like his diss was a snore. His delivery
Okay.
was a womp, 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 and all that bad energy. It's like, come on, man, come harder.
I didn't even know he made it.
Come hard.
Who is he?
Thank
What's
you.
the G for? Come on.
Gullible.
Who are you?
Genuine. Because he sounded a little emotional in the diss. Like, he sounded like his feelings was
Yeah,
hurt.
he did sound like he needed to cough and let.
But he should have probably consulted Drake because Drake can let you know that he's emotional about something, but it doesn't always come off as soft.
It's
Like
come
his
off
diss
really
records was
angry.
like, it still was like, I'm hit by it, but I'm upset. Like he was ready to, I didn't get that from G-Eazy. And that was, I mean, outside of the songs that he's featured on, that was all I heard of him too. So I don't know if that's his
Well,
usual
let's go
delivery.
back.
Is he always super
I never thought
mellow?
Eminem was the type that would call like higher ups and tell people
that?
not to be involved with people
He's
or like
still a
get
white
your
man.
boy.
Didn't we learn from Monique?
He's still a white man.
He's still a white man.
They will call the police.
They will call anyone.
Hello?
That just happened.
I'm gonna write a letter.
He made a call. He made a couple calls. Put him on the shelf.
Not only did he call Jimmy Iovine. I was like,
I didn't want to throw no names out there. That's why.
he was upset.
Yeah,
he
he was-
called, if you called like the head of the record label,
And-
no times.
And I guess now to shift the conversation, there is a lot of say of like when Eminem responds, he's gonna kill MGK's career. What y'all think?
No, he has
You
a very.
gotta understand what Eminem
This is the man
coming
who-
out of his
okay.
mouth before
Diarrhea.
he can kill somebody's career. What are you
He
even
had
saying?
to revive his.
I think too though, like I feel like MGK like almost has nothing to lose because you already hated on
This
me
is a
before,
man
and
who
I'm still
is like-
going.
This is not a diss to MGK, and I hope it don't come off that way, but like he rarely has like a whole bunch of songs on the radio or be at award shows and
He's
stuff
not a
like
mainstream
that.
artist.
And he still makes money and still has a super loyal fan base. Ain't shit you can do to people like that.
That's why he's gonna be okay. That's why
Like-
artists like Tech Nine. Oh no, not Tech Nine. No, is it Tech Nine? Royce the 5'9". Their fan base is so strong that he doesn't have to be mainstream or on the radio every
Ever.
day. All I got to do is go on tour, and I'm gonna
Right.
just make up all my money
I'm
just
like-
that way, just by people showing out. And then also too, with this blowing up, people are buying MGK's old albums,
Right.
Like General Admission. They're buying his things. It's really just
That's
doing.
probably why he was
it's just
popping by.
helping.
It was like,
My-
all I wanted was, he probably was like,
He was
all
like,
I
yes!
wanted was you to diss me.
Yes!
My album sales about to go through the roof.
Every time I call my brother, he's excited. Everybody is happy.
Do you know what this means?
Like we're
for
pumped.
us?
Like here's Eminem. Yeah, we coming back, man. We already got something going. And would you know that this came out and then the video came out the next day? It was happy.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks, Eminem.
This was already queued up. Okay.
Hello.
We're just waiting on you to come
He
again.
was waiting.
But nah, that's funny. What
He
I
was
do,
closer than I am your father.
that is stupid. That is dumb.
Oh,
Something,
he's saying Eminem said that. Sorry.
something else I saw though was like, I didn't know Machine Gun Kelly wasn't allowed at like Shay 105 and stuff. Like, I'm like, is that why he ain't been getting no higher up interviews?
Don't need no hateration.
That's so crazy. And it's crazy that Sway would be down with that. Does Eminem own the station or something?
I'm not surprised, but I'm sure they're connected. Ooh, and that too.
What happened?
I said that's probably above Sway. They'd call Sway boss.
They probably did call Sway's boss. I mean, he called Jimmy.
That is what he did.
That's what I'm saying. He called MTK's boss.
And he's like, he not allowed on the Breakfast Club either. But I'm like, why would you even want to go back to the Breakfast Club? Charlamagne has been very rude to you.
And biased. And I don't know. Just lately, he's just... I try to always give him a chance and try to understand, like, maybe he's in character while he's in the studio and saying the things and doing that he's doing. But I feel like the Nicki Minaj stuff was like the final straw for me.
He's very
me being done with
up
him.
and down over if he's going to be nice or mean. Like, some people, I was like, why was he so nice to them? And then some people, I'd be like, why was he so mean to them? So I can't even really gauge
he's biased.
When he going to be, how he going to be sometimes. But when he does switch into whatever character he's going to be, he's consistent in that.
Now he's always defending somebody if they get accused of something because of what he just had happen to him. Every time I hear it, I'll be like, oh, tired story, nigga, move on, please.
He can't let it go because
you can't accuse nobody. I'm like, but you know you was still messing with people when you know they was incapacitated.
Well, he can't let it go because the people that watch him ain't gonna let it go.
They ain't gonna let it go.
They're gonna be on his Twitter every day for the next 5 years, letting him know.
I just be scrolling past the Breakfast Club like, what else is out there?
Well, I only really listen to other radio shows when I'm working a 9 to 5 and I'm currently on on hiatus right now, so I haven't heard any of them. But I'm sure as I'm back to the desk.
It depends on who's getting interviewed.
I'll be there. It does.
If I see a face that I'm like, ooh, I got to hear what she got to say.
Sometimes I really don't care either way.
I need to know. It depends. It depends for me.
And I'm the goofy type of person. I watch the same person get interviewed by all three of them. And it's interesting to see the difference in how it's handled. Like Monique on Sway versus Breakfast Club versus them other people.
Versus Unstable.
No.
Yeah, she did. On Unstable, they were supporting her, though.
She did Unstable? I didn't see that.
Yeah, she did. She called in.
What's that other guy? The other New York guy. This is not what we're supposed to be talking about.
It was Tangent Bandits, man. We start talking about one thing and it go to the next and to the next and to the next.
Hot 97.
Oh.
Them people. Rosenberg. I don't like him.
I don't really listen to
It's kind of weird for them to be a hip hop show, but like all the DJs are kind of white.
Yeah. It is weird.
I'm like...
It's even like the studio is weird. It's like dark. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Have y'all listened to Joe Budden's podcast?
And they're kind of rude. I listen to it sometimes.
Did you hear his response to Eminem?
It's like him and the co-signer, so I really can't. It really is like him and his co-signers.
I think he has a new crew.
And he kind of make my nerves bad.
I like Joe Budden.
He bring up topics that he bring a interesting perspective on things. Because I was like, I never would have thought about that way a few times with Joe Budden, but his perspective is weird at the same time. Like, I don't think you should go there, but it's interesting that you did.
Yeah, I think people forget that he's
like the
a
Nicki
lyricist.
Minaj being on Peel's thing. I was like, now why the fuck would you say that?
Wait,
Like,
what?
He said he thinks she was getting high because she was being just super goofy and stuff.
Well,
but I'm like, well, you would know because you've been on Pills before.
I'm glad you said it instead of me. I was about to say it, but since you said it,
because I saw you struggling with it, and I'm not struggling with it.
Well,
that's been a big part of his story that he was an addict.
Takes one to know one.
But I'm like, why would you put that out there about her? Because you know when you was in the midst of your drug habit, you would nobody saying that about you.
And I do not think that she was on any drugs.
No.
I feel like she just said enough is enough, and I'm about to let everybody have it. Whoever want it, come and get it. And she just started serving everybody.
You gotta be on drugs to be acting crazy. Sometimes you just acting crazy.
Maybe you ain't even acting crazy.
Or
she wasn't acting crazy. I felt like she was defending herself.
She was just a little unrulier than we have seen her be. How about that?
Right. So everybody was assuming it was crazy, but really
she let the leech off.
You see what I was talking about last week when we were saying like you at your job and you put on this certain persona, and then something happened and you be like, I'm turning into the real me for a second. Everybody be like, oh my gosh, Jameer's crazy. He's so crazy. That's what happened to her.
Have you ever seen the meme of her like smiling at somebody and then the person walk away and she's just like, You ever seen it?
No, but I can picture it.
I gotta send it to you. Like, this how fake I'm gonna be at my class reunion. Nicki Minaj meme.
Oh.
And you gotta see it.
Ooh.
Okay, have you seen Married to Medicine this week?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think?
So real. Sad.
Was it sad?
It is sad. Yes,
You
it is
think so?
sad. Yes, it is sad.
Oh, God. So
why do you think it is not sad?
Because Quad is very much faking it for the TV. I'm like, you know you ain't never liked that man.
That is a woman scorned.
Of course, nobody wants to be embarrassed on TV. That is a given.
They all been embarrassed on TV.
But I don't think she would be as hurt if this was to happen publicly. She would be like, oh, God, I'm finally done with your ass. Thank God. Like, it's like Machine Gun Kelly waiting for Eminem to diss him. Like, oh, God, I've been waiting for this shit forever. Like, finally.
I hope that in my heart of hearts, I would like to hope and think that that wasn't 100% the case. Even if she was, like, tired of him, I don't think that was, like, her from beginning till end.
And don't get me wrong. I love Quad. She is my... I would have to say she's my second favorite because I'm just...
Who's your first favorite?
Hardcore Mariah fan.
Oh, yeah, she cool.
You don't like Mariah?
I don't really have a favorite there on that show.
Well, I usually don't choose favorites, but if I had to rank them, Mariah would definitely be it.
Why? Because of, like, her terms and her sassiness. She is funny.
Not because of her sassiness, because she like, I want to be classy, but I'm still ghetto.
That's like the definition of bujetto, her.
Yeah.
She paid.
Yeah.
But her mama will slap you.
But I love
at a party.
Dr. Simone, too. See, like, it's... Okay, I have a top 3. And
Simone?
No... Yeah, I love Simone. You don't like Dr. Simone?
It's not that I don't like her, but I don't think she's, like, one of my favorites.
That's the only thing I don't like about Dr. Simone. I'm like, can you just stop yelling every time you get excited?
Because I've watched it, like, from the first season all the way up until now. So I've seen her do a whole bunch of, like, crazy wishy-washy stuff.
Well, she was very wishy-washy
especially
when it comes to Mariah.
Yeah. Like, that I didn't like.
But I think... I've come to expect that from my friends. I told you, like, I've, like, placed myself in the lives of some of these characters sometimes. Like, I can understand why. Like, I've had wishy-washy friends, but I'm like, you get along with them better because you don't feel as intimidated by their company. I have people who, like, I'm kind of witty. So if you say some smart shit to me, I'm going to say some smart shit back. And then that make you hard to be around. But then your other friend, they not as witty. So it's easier to be around them. So if there was ever an instance when those two friends got into it, of course you would go that way. Because although you have fun with me, probably more fun, your fun with them is more consistent because you don't have to worry about those little moments.
But I think her decisions didn't have to do with what personality she mushed with better. I felt like she just...
Well, there's money and TV involved as well.
I'm going to go with Quiet Side because she seemed all hurt and sad. And that's what... And then everybody picked Quiet Side. That's what was crazy. And Mariah's the one who started the whole thing.
But I understand why everybody picked Quiet Side because at the time... Quad was the easier one to deal with. Didn't nobody want to sit under the shine of the queen of the show.
They should have stayed by her because maybe they would be having the marriage problems because she would have been giving them advice. Because she the only one intact.
This episode has really showed how gracious of a queen she really is. Because she really could be slandering every beat. But she ain't. She's like, I knew you hoes would come back around. And now the queen is ready for her court. You have a seat. You have a seat.
Come.
Come, my children.
Tell me about your quarrels. Tell me. You first, Simone.
So I'm just like, oh, she is a class act. Because I would be kikiing it up if it was me.
But she also, does she really have anybody to kiki up with and be making jokes with right now?
She really doesn't.
She doesn't.
She never
do
really
it in her confession.
No.
When her and Quad was tight, those ladies were funny. That's when I actually liked the both of them. Because together, they would pump each other up. As soon as Quad come walking in the door, here come Mariah. Miss Quad. She got it. Quad started booty popping and stuff like that. I was like, oh, yeah, I like them. And then they broke up. And I was like, I don't really like nobody no more.
That was the point I was trying to make with Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, Lord.
And Eminem. And now Quad and Mariah. Maybe it's something like, you ever seen American Horror Story Coven?
I didn't see that one. I fell off after a while. I was getting too demonic.
That was the one where everybody was watching. The one with the witches? The one with Angela Bassett?
I watched the first one. That's the thing. I'm not watching no voodoo.
Really?
And it's gonna come through my screen. That is creepy. I'm sorry, Lord.
It's gonna come through my.
It's gonna come through my screen. I can't let that in my eyes because the eyes see through to the soul.
I'm gonna get real.
And I gotta stay away from that.
I'm gonna get real hotep on you real quick. And you talk about some eyes coming through your soul, but you be watching Power all the goddamn time.
That's different. I feel like it's like demonic spirits. It's funny how we've been
taught that black magic. African magic, African religion is dark and creepy, but every first Sunday you drinking the blood and eating the body of Christ.
Is Power magic or is that
I'm talking
nonfiction? Where's we going with this?
I'm talking about the ceremonies practiced in voodoo as well as Christianity.
Oh, that's different.
You drink the blood of Christ in the body. I don't know how he would feel about that.
It is like required. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, it's just as spooky.
Nah. No.
Whatever. I'm just saying, when people be saying like they scared of voodoo practice, I be like, I'm scared of Christian practices, okay? We don't nail people to shit alive in voodoo.
In voodoo? What happens? What have you heard about voodoo?
Well, I studied it a little bit. Christianity is actually mirrored from voodoo and stuff, like our dances and our catching the Holy Ghost and acting crazy and stuff. It's kind of where voodoo come from.
I don't even know if everybody be having the Holy Ghost for real.
Yeah, no.
I feel like a lot of times people be faking.
Absolutely not. But sometimes things do wash over.
Like African religions, like God was a woman, and that's really the big difference that you see in Christianity and voodoo.
What about the dolls and stabbing them? What is that?
No, that's different though.
Is that dark voodoo?
No, but
what's the difference than that? They have pictures of disciples in your house or
that you
the
stab
Virgin Mary.
and they get and they get harmed.
No,
and that's the other thing.
Yeah,
I don't have
Catholic.
pictures of Virgin Mary or anything.
That's different.
I don't even have the white Jesus.
Things. You don't have a white Jesus up in your
house?
Not to say I'm against Christians or anything. I just think when we demonize culture that comes from
but our
heritage, it's just like stop.
If I watch a show and it does something to my spirit,
anyways, the point
I don't want to watch it. I'm sorry.
The point of me saying that was like in a witch's coven, the next powerful witch had to die before the new Supreme could rise. So I was like, maybe that's what's going on with Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem. Like, won't you just die already so I can be the next Supreme?
It's enough room for more than one white rapper.
It is more than one white rapper. They're all white.
It's a war of three of them.
Right
it ain't
now.
nothing but foreigners and white people rapping right now. We got Nicki Minaj from Trinidad. We got Drake from Canada. We got, everybody. What's his name? Lil Perp, Lil Pump, Lil Smoke, all the Lils.
I'm sorry, I can't even.
All the little drugs.
Can't
they
picture
all
them.
Hispanic, white,
I'm going to just drink my water.
All the black rappers, we few and far in between.
I think they're not promoted or not supported.
Which is crazy how black people not supported in their own craft.
Because the people that are not of color, they do a really good job of recognizing what we're attracted to and what we want to hear. And
the Google commercial.
They adopt it and they just do it.
What was the Google commercial?
The Google commercial. They playing the Work It Out, the church song. See that's how they get you. They turn you away from the stuff.
That's a perfect example.
I don't like it. Whatever. That's old school. That's old church. And then they bring it back in 2018 and use it for a Google commercial. Talking about something got a light bill due. Work it out. What this got to do with Google? That's what they do.
Because Google solves everything.
They got everything.
I didn't remember the commercial, but I sure enough remember the song was in a commercial, and I was just like,
They real good at adopting what we assimilate
they
with.
They get you not to like it, so they can be like, "Oh, this the ghetto.
This is the way to do it."
So they can build it back up.
Not cornrows.
They gentrify everything.
They're boxer braids.
Speaking of taking on people's colloquialisms and then trying to run away with them.
Where we going with this?
I'm saying, going back to what we were talking about, the Quad and Mariah situation, I want to know how far back their relationship go. Because if it goes back to her before she met Dr. G and she knew Mariah was coming out with the show Married to Medicine, she probably told her, like, bitch, you need to go ahead and find you a doctor so you can be on the show with me.
You think? I don't know how long they were married.
That's what I want to know. If I find out they knew each other prior to, I'm like, oh, they crafty. They've been crafty for a long time.
I mean, if that was my friend, I want her to be on the show. Girl, gonna get you one. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
And now that she on the show and she got her own little platform doing the sister circle, the circle of sisters, she don't need him no more.
I think he was being like unfaithful.
You don't think she drove him to it? Oh my God, I'm on the man
I wish
side.
I knew when he cheated on her, because the previous season they wouldn't actually reveal like what the situation was. She just kept saying, "You're not there for me. You're not there for me." And it wouldn't go tell us what really happened.
I really want to play devil advocate.
Same thing with Simone.
She keeps saying they had communications issues and she didn't want to bring a
don't
baby
think that was
into
the
the world.
truth.
But I'm like, well, how bad were your communication issues?
I don't think it was communication.
When you said yes to the ring.
Well, everything starts off nice when you first get married.
Oh. I'm speaking
it's
to
fresh.
I'm sorry. I have to back down on this conversation.
Well, mine is a little different because
I know yours is different, but you are a married
time.
woman, so you do understand these things better than I would.
think
so
like
just back up off
with
that.
a relationship just starting out, it seems like, oh, that's the perfect person for me. You just get me. And then after a while, you know, over time, people change as individuals. Not saying that they just turn into somebody completely different, but they might have things like what's important to them could shift.
I'll ask you this from the outside looking in, because at the end of the day, we don't know these people.
Yeah.
Do you believe she planned on being with him forever, or do you feel like she definitely had an exit plan when she started? Like, it seemed like she was gone. In my mind, every time I watch that, I'm like, she not gonna be around for long. Like, as soon as I started a relationship,
how long had they been married?
She not gonna be with him for that long.
That's the only thing that would.
When the show started?
Yeah.
Probably like a year.
Really?
Yeah, they hadn't been married for like 3 years. Ooh. They was like the newest. They was the newest couple.
Ooh. I still don't know.
That's kind of suspicious.
Not suspicious, but I mean, you see, if you have your business aired on TV,
okay,
what can you do?
True.
Yeah, whatever issues you have, they might just be amplified. Not only are people gonna recognize it, they're gonna look at it at a microscope, like, what is it? And I think that's why part of it, because I really don't think it was just no communication. It was definitely something else.
Speaking of issues being amplified.
Oh Lord.
Did you like that sachet out of the event? Oh, no. I got the receipts. That's the first time I seen Dr. Heavily Quiet. I was like, oh, she know exactly what she talking about. And she don't want no problems. Because if she would have had like some ammunition or some backbone, or she knew it wasn't nothing going on, she would have been hot. Because you can't mention daddy without her losing her mind. But that time she sat down, picked up her purse, she was about to leave first after that.
I don't know what's going on with Dr. Heavily. Her or daddy.
But wait, I've been looking at the clips on Instagram. Why the bartenders in the back look like they knew something too? They was just like...
They over there acting. They trying to get their next gig.
What? Hey, you know them too?
If I was there, I'd be like, girl... Do you want another water? Are you okay?
Do you believe she has the receipts?
I don't know. We're going to have to see.
I can't wait, honestly.
I ain't making no predictions with these broads, because every time I look up, it's something else.
I don't think she the type to say she do and she didn't, because she don't want to get caught up like that. Like Jocelyn, who always had the marriage license in her purse, but she never pulled it out.
Don't talk about that.
Speaking of Jocelyn,
my girl, I like
she made a diss track to Nicki Minaj, and I'm just like... Jocelyn.
When that's almost as bad as Jessica Dime trying to argue with Nicki on Twitter. Like, where do you stand? On what leg?
I was just like,
why?
Of all the ways to get your music out there, this is not the one. I did.
When was this released?
It was like 2 days ago.
Was she in the studio sweating?
No, she was working out sweating. She introduces her music through her workout videos now.
She funny and all, but no.
I was like, please. Oh, she on WeTV now too.
Doing what?
Her own reality show.
Wow.
WeTV picking up everybody who disgruntled at their main network. That's what's happening here.
Come to us.
We got you.
Come on. It's Phaser on there, right?
No, I believe that
is. What station is that?
That's not We.
Is that TV1?
That's not
what
TV1 either.
What is it?
Maybe it is WeTV.
I think it's We. What? You know what station the Braxtons came on? I feel like
the Braxtons. That's not Bravo.
No, it's not Bravo. It's one of the other ones.
Like it was either that or We.
It might be We.
Okay, it must be.
Did you see a preview for how that show's gonna go?
No. Have you?
Yeah, it looks like they just threw people in a room and said, action.
Like they did with Karame, New York, and all them.
It's probably worse because it's a random set of friends.
It's a random hodgepodge.
Yeah, like
people
Flavor
you know
Flav,
went and kick it with each other.
New York. Like, when have we seen them just out getting a coffee? it's weird. And then Phaedra is just like all of the previous TV.
You know she getting a
throwaways.
check from one of them, right? She probably like the lawyer for it. She put it together like, I'm going to need a percentage of
that looked
all
like
of
a
this.
weird bunch. And then the scene where they all like surrounding her and talking to her at once is just like,
Phaedra
it looks
or Tracy?
Unnatural. Tracy. Like it's Flav, New York, Phaedra. Like they all like, oh, hey girl. It just looks very unnatural.
They so crazy.
I can't believe they did that.
I can.
That is extreme.
It was extreme, but I'm
We
figuring
got to keep the show alive.
they had a budget. They had sponsors already committed to the show. Like,
I would have backed out. Like,
let's keep this thing going.
This isn't what we discussed.
It is crazy.
It looks weird.
Do you want to talk about the 2 Chainz thing, or you want to let it go?
You could talk about 2 Chainz.
I want to let it go.
That was random.
It very much was. Now that I mentioned it.
And he looks weird with no glasses on.
Yeah. It's more people thinking the race war is going to happen. I'm like, y'all need to stop watching all these goddamn 2018 prediction YouTube pages. That's what's happening.
Is there one?
Every conspiracy theories you see, you don't have to talk about. I watch them too, but they're just entertaining. Like Harry Potter, okay? Every fiction story you ain't supposed to tell people about like it's the God's gospel. You know what? If I believed everything I would see, there's blue aliens supposed to be coming down to Earth any day now, and they're going to bring us technology.
Any day now.
Any day.
The aliens been picking us up and taking us and teleporting us up to their ship, and they been experimenting on our brains and stuff and sending us back.
You know what? There's actually great aliens under the Earth right now in a secret society with his own son. Yes, those are all the conspiracies I done heard. You know how fucking stupid I would be if I was talking to people about that shit every day? Calm down, people.
Chillax.
We all hear these things. Just let life happen as it may.
Mm-hmm. And the more you keep talking about it and putting it in the atmosphere, it's like it's gonna happen. Like you keep talking it up.
I don't think
it's
the
like
more we talk
throwing it
about
out.
aliens, the more
Not
they're gonna
aliens.
come.
I'm talking about 2
Race
Chainz
war.
with him talking about race war, and then not just him. A lot of
Honestly,
people
I
have been
don't think
mentioning
that's
it.
gonna
Like they
happen.
pushed it, like they want it to happen.
I think that's going to happen. And I do think if you continuously talk about aliens, you'll get aliens. They may not be from outer space, but you'll get aliens.
Like weird people?
Deep.
Yeah. People ain't from here.
Deep.
Strangers.
Deep.
You know? You never know. It may not always come exactly how you think
The
it.
power of life or death is in the tongue.
It's in that tongue.
It's in the tongue.
All right, Bible.
Keep on bringing it. I'm just saying. We keep on talking about it. Eventually, it probably is gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna be so much as a race war.
It might
I
not.
think it's gonna be like a revolution of the whites versus everybody else. Because let's face it, who's militarized socially? White people. Ain't no. I mean, gangs. But are they gonna come together and fight a war, or are they gonna come together and take over a hood? There's a difference. Like, there's whole militias. The KKK has had a plan for decades on how they planned over during the Civil War and taking over states and what laws they're going to institute. What culture outside of white people has really sat down together and wrote that shit down?
Just because we ain't
I don't read
prepared for it, don't
Japanese.
mean it ain't going to happen.
I'm saying if it does happen, it's going to be less of a war and more of a genocide, but whatever.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like,
can
I don't
see that
even
too.
know a whole bunch of people who got guns in their house. I don't got a gun in my house. Oh, y'all looked at each other like, baby. On our side of
You need to
town,
step your
we
game up.
definitely do, baby. That's one thing with clips, okay?
I don't know about you, but that's for me in my house.
Well, I had a few issues stopping me from getting one at one point in time.
Gang member, you thug.
But I've been thinking I need at least two.
That's for real.
You need at least a pistol and a shotgun. You need
You
one
never
of each.
know who you have to shoot.
Not
It
that.
could be a possum. It could be a police officer.
Oh God.
All right, goodbye, y'all. Have a good night.
Oh God. Under extreme circumstances, somebody dressed up as a police officer is what she's saying, because we do have people going out there like that, like the man last week who actually is the owner. See, I'm cleaning it up for you, boo.
I just want to say I never read an article that said armed black man shot by police officer. They all say unarmed because the armed ones, they shooting back.
Okay.
I'm with them.
Okay. The security guard who had dressed himself, I'm still cleaning it. The security guard who had dressed himself up
Sweep.
as a law officer who was actually removed because of his violence was going around wearing a police badge.
She didn't know how to act.
His former police badge that they didn't confiscate, I guess, and got in trouble in the security parking lot. They had shot the man in his own garage, and then the other police officer who was actually not on duty but is employed wasn't even employed in that fucking city.
Wow.
So there are some circumstances where you might be pulled up on by someone identifying themselves as a police officer, and it's not necessarily true, and you do not have to accommodate the law under those conditions.
Yeah.
You got to survive.
Yeah,
You gotta survive.
I just been watching all them Netflix and you know we've been on each other's tip about the Netflix end of the world movies, and when this guy had set up his own farm and everything, and frequently raiders would come and like steal stuff from the farm, and I'm like, just like, damn, you can't even have your own space where you want to live right. You really have to have it just for protection. You don't even have to be on the offense. So like, if something do go down, I do want to at least be able to defend my car as I flee to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out of here. Y'all handle it. I'll be back when it's settled.
Canada gonna be like, no.
I'm like, look, I have a degree. I have a passport. I'm
have
not the average
any
nigga.
more
Let me on
room.
in.
We've reached our max on healthcare. We don't have.
Do I look sick, nigga? Let me in. Let me in.
Like, well, you got some other problems that we don't want to deal with. Goodbye.
Look, we took Drake and Justin Bieber, bitch. Y'all better let me in this motherfucker.
That ain't just it. We
He
took
was
a whole
peeing
bunch
the
of
buckets
people.
and we still ain't deport his ass. Now let me in, that. Well, with that,
Right.
that's the end of the show. We've been
That being
BSing
said.
for quite some time, but I think we got some good topics out there.
Yeah.
Some things for you guys to think about. Some new products to order from Duafe. Spell it one more time.
DUAFE, Duafe Essentials
.com.
.com. Yes.
Where you can get the sugar scrub, which is what Layla uses. Have her looking all golden and
I've been
brown.
using green tea lately.
Oh, the green tea scrub? Is it a brown sugar scrub?
No, it's regular sugar.
Okay. I'm just saying brown sugar.
It tastes good, though.
Brown skin.
When you
be
wash in your
tasting
face.
it.
when I wash my face and a little bit getting corn in my mouth, I'm like, oh, it's so sweet.
Organic.
Organic. That's what happened. You can eat.
You can put it on your face. You can make cookies out of it. Whatever
Hello.
you want to do. With that being said, we out. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
We need some like exit music. Let me see that.